Harry's Wife, Part 104.78. Kennedy, Markled. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. It's well known that having an involvement with Harry's wife never ends well. If you're the intimate partner primary source, you can look forward to being cheated on, and you can also look forward to having your ring posted back to you. Of course, you can also look forward to the fact that you'll be devalued in some shape or form through silent treatments, malign triangulation, word salad, circular conversations, false accusations, temper tantrums, and so on and so forth. If you're a friend, you'll be used up and popped on the shelf and then never contacted again. If you are a family member, you'll be ostracised and pushed to one side because you no longer serve a purpose, after, of course, that you've been used to support her education and buy her cars and other stuff also. Various organisations have found that having become involved with her has led to people disapproving, a drop-off in people utilising that service. For instance, Spotify must surely be regretting the amount that they've spunked on the waste of time that is archetypes. Netflix must be scratching their head at the fact that the Will It Won't It Appear docuseries has been arsing around for such a long time, and of course has been wrapped up in contradictions with regard to Prince Harry's memoir. Whatever Harry's wife touches because of her mid-range narcissism invariably turns to shit. She has, of course, the Sadim syndrome, which is the reverse of the Midas touch. We now turn to the Daily Mail in an article by Jennifer Smith, which tells us, "A bewildering choice. RFK Jr. is baffled by his family's decision to honour Prince Harry and Harry's wife with prestigious Human Rights Award in NYC, as tickets for glitzy December gala go on sale for up to $1 million. Harry and Harry's wife will be honoured at the annual Nipple of Grope gala on December the 6th. RFK Jr. is bewildered and baffled by Harry and Harry's wife winning a prestigious Human Rights Award from his family's charity. He's not the only one." Speaking to DailyMail.com exclusively on Monday, he said it was, however, still an encouraging step up from Anthony Fauci, who won the award 2 years ago on behalf of his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. "It's a bewildering choice, but still an encouraging step up from 2020, RFK Jr. said, referring to Fauci, about whom he has written a scathing book and who he believes is a fraud. Imagine that being described as a step up from a fraud. Harry's wife and Harry were announced as the recipients of the Nipple of Grope Award in October. Past recipients include Barack Obama and Joe Biden, and they shared this year's recognition with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Don't you think Zelensky's been through enough than having to share an award with these two clowns? It is awarded by the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Organization, named after Bobby Kennedy and run predominantly by Kerry Kennedy, RFK Jr.'s sister. RFK Jr. has no involvement in who receives the award, which is intended for exemplary leaders across government, business and advocacy. Well, I can see a Trade Descriptions Act problem straight away there. Harry and his wife are neither exemplary, they're not leaders, they're not involved in government. The only business they're involved in is lining their own pockets, and advocacy is her spouting crap. But was surprised by this year's choice. He and Kerry routinely spar publicly, especially over his vehement anti-vaccine stance. RFK Human Rights did not respond to inquiries on Monday. In her October announcement, Kerry said the couple had been chosen for their work on racial justice. Give me an example of what they've done there. Mental health. What? Talking about it? And other social impact initiative. What's that meant to be when it's at home? We're also treated to the gala sponsorship opportunities. So if you've got some spare shekels knocking around, valuable viewers, you might want to consider this. If you want to chalk up £2,500, you can be a friend, which gets you one ticket to the awards dinner. I would suggest you'd be better off spending that money with me in a series of consultations, where I will free you from the narcissist and allow you to move forward. Much better utilisation of your money. Or you could then buy a Guardian at £5,000. One ticket to the awards dinner, entry to the VIP reception. Feeling slightly flush? Why not be a reformer for $20,000? One table of 10 guests, 2 tickets to the VIP reception, special recognition in the dinner programme. Imagine that, you're going to be mentioned alongside the roast potatoes. How edifying. And on-screen recognition during the dinner. Is it going to be like at the hockey or the basketball where they put up a picture of someone from Harry Potter and then the equivalent? What fun. Or what about being an ally for $30,000? One distinct table of 10 guests. So a distinct table, does that mean that your table's slightly elevated so everybody around you can see you? Or does it have sort of flashing and glowing lights around it? 4 tickets to the VIP reception, on-screen recognition during the dinner. So you also get likened to Hagrid. But then there's more. You could be a hero for $50,000. You get 1 seat at the head table, so you and your mates can all fight about who gets that. Then 1 preferred table. So it's not just a table or a distinct table, it's a preferred table. Presumably you get your drinks faster than everybody else. 6 tickets to the VIP reception. So imagine you all chip into that. So 1 person goes to the head table, 6 of you get in the VIP reception, and the other 3 or 4 are left scrapping going, fuck, we're just on the preferred table. You also get some on-screen recognition during the dinner, so all is not lost. You might be likened to Voldemort. But then we're getting into the serious business now. Advocate, $100,000. 2 seats at head table. 1 premium table. How many tables do these people have? Ordinary table, distinct table, preferred table, premium table. What does that do? Jerk you off whilst you're eating. 1 premium table of 10 guests. All guests access the VIP reception. At least there'll be no fighting after you've been sexually satisfied. Honorary committee listing in the invitation. On-screen recognition during the dinner, so you could be likened to Hermione. Recognition from the podium at the event. So you can say, the podium goes, yes, you bloody well do look like Hermione. Well worth spending this money. But we're not finished yet. Next, it's luminary. For $250,000, 2 seats at head table, 1 premium table where you're given sexual gratification by a robot underneath the table, all guests to access a VIP reception, honorary committee listing in the invitation, special recognition in the dinner program. So you're not next to the roast potatoes, you're probably mentioned alongside the sirloin steak, perhaps. On screen during the dinner, but it doesn't say what it is. I think they've missed out the word recognition, unless it's going to be the slightly intimidating scenario of whilst you're trying to eat your aforementioned sirloin steak, you're being watched by everybody because you're up on the screen. You also get recognition from the podium at the event. Look, he doesn't know how to use a knife and fork properly. See? Next we have leader, $500,000, 4 seats at the head table, 1 premium table of 10 guests, plus 1 distinct table of 10 guests. I wonder if you can alternate between the 2 tables so that you have a distinct table where you can look around and go, can you see me? Hello, I'm distinct, and then go off to be sexually satisfied at the premium table. All guests to access the VIP reception, honorary committee listing in the invitation, special recognition in the invitation, and the dinner program. So you're mentioned on the invitation and you get mentioned in the dinner program. Perhaps you are referred to as the dessert. You also get on-screen recognition during the dinner service, so you then get likened to Ron Weasley, and then you get recognition from the podium at the event. Fuck me, you ginger bastard, you do look like Ron Weasley. And then, of course, we get to the top one, Pioneer, $1 million. 4 seats at head table. Presumably, this is being bored to death. How many seats are there? Let me work this out. So if somebody buys a Pioneer, and there's a leader, and there's a luminary, and there's an advocate, and there's a hero, so just one person buys all of those, that's 4, 8, 10, 12, that's 13 seats at the head table. Are you going to have somebody on your lap? What if someone goes batshit crazy and buys 5 Pioneer tickets? That means that they get 20 seats at the head table. How does that work? Is it musical chairs or something? Anyway, 4 seats at the head table, 2 premium tables of 10 guests. So that's basically a mass orgy at that juncture. All guests to access the VIP reception, special recognition invitation and the dinner program, on-screen recognition during dinner service, so you can be likened to many different people from Hogwarts, and recognition from the podium at the event to cap your humiliation. Well, I dare say you're all now clamouring to purchase those. The article continues, the couple has always stood out for their willingness to speak up and change the narrative on racial justice and mental health around the world. Talking about it but not doing anything about it. They embody the type of moral courage that my father once called the one essential vital quality for those who seek to change a world that yields most painfully to change. I would be interested if you could point to one thing that the gruesome twosome have changed for positive in any of the fields that have been mentioned. I bet there is the square root of fuck all. They will both attend the December 6th Nipple of Grope Gala in New York City. And then it goes through the various packages that I've just described to you. Tells us that Alec Baldwin will be emceeing the event, and Hollywood elite includes Forrest Whitaker, Alfred Woofard, Bradley Whitford, Kate Mulgrew are all listed as special guests this year. CNN favourites Van Jones and Don Lemon are also expected to attend. British professor David Nassau called it blatantly ludicrous that the couple should be honoured.
If you look at the people who have been awarded the Robert Kennedy Prize in the past, Bill and Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, Bishop Desmond Tutu, and then you have to ask, what are Harry and Harry's wife doing here? What in God's name have they done to merit this? What percentage of Harry and Harry's wealth is going to worthy causes,
he said on Good Morning Britain on Monday. It's unclear when they were first considered as laureates for this year's award. Rory Kennedy, Kerry's sister, runs a film production company with Liz Garbus, the director behind Harry and Harry's wife's Netflix docuseries. The plot thins. Others have suggested a more straightforward motive, driving ticket sales. Well, the fact is that if you're still touting around $1 million tickets at this late stage, a matter of 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, it would seem to suggest that it's not the popular event that it ought to be. And I can't see people going, oh, right, Ginger and Winge are going, well, better get my hands down the back of the sofa to see what the back of the sofa fund can yield for me. Yes, this event has certainly been markled by her presence. But let's have a quick look below the line to see what people say. Or write, rather. Teresa 1066, God help us all. What have they done other than talk? The world's value system has gone to pot. On the right side, a bunch of wealthy phonies honouring another bunch of phonies. Please. Quack, we can only assume Netflix paid a fortune to have something to film. Priscilla P, how embarrassing. Quack, we're all baffled. Had a gutful. The director of their Netflix documentary is partners with the Kennedy. Diogenes 50. Unbelievable. Totally unbelievable. Murray Hoy, absolutely ridiculous. Joe, what exactly have they done to deserve this award? The truth matters, they just list their reputation by awarding the couple who has done nothing but destruction to their own family. Henderson NV 2017. What exactly have they done other than making appearances all over the globe via private jets? Athena 32. We are all baffled. Oni, we agree, it's bewildering. Basically, lots of people who are baffled, find it ridiculous, and can't understand it. And this just goes to demonstrate how this event has been markled by the involvement of Harry's wife, which basically makes it look shit and has everybody criticising it. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.